I don't know if this is live yet or not. Okay, so we're live now. So another surprise sneak attack. I like to be spontaneous. Sorry. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how your end already does exist. And I had somebody comment under one of my videos recently, and she got it seemed that she got a little bit frustrated with my response. I don't know if I don't think I blocked her, but I deleted her comment as kind of like we're bordering disrespect because of how she worded things with me. And I have zero tolerance when it comes to stuff like that. I'm not going to waste my energy. And I know that I obviously also it's my manifestation to experience that. So whatever, I just go within and do whatever it is that I want to do to kind of undo that kind of response. And that's it. And that's how I basically manifest. And that's how I live my life. Just day to day, it's my lifestyle. But I did want to talk a little bit about how I want to come on really quickly and see if anybody's on yet. I have 3 people watching, so please say hi so I can see who you are. And when you come on, I love it when you guys tell me where you're from, because it's always nice. I have my clients are from like literally all over the world, and it's like a total dream come true. So yeah, I would love to see where you guys are from. So anyway, yeah, your life is, everything is malleable. Your circumstances literally always shift and change in accordance with your thoughts. You have to agree that if you're just learning about this, I understand how it can be like, whoa, like how could that even be possible? But have you ever changed your mind before? Have you got to a point in your life where you believe a little differently than how you believed 3 or 4 or 5 years ago? The answer is probably yes. Your thoughts are malleable. Your belief system is malleable. And if your thoughts and your belief systems are malleable, therefore, your circumstance and your experience in life, your future is also malleable because your thoughts become things. Okay. And it is thoughts and feelings, by the way. I know a lot of you guys sometimes can get caught up with, oh, I'm not able to feel it. I'm not in the feeling states. When am I messing things up? And a lot of times in the beginning, also when I'm first working with somebody, and we talk about the inner work and we talk about persisting through doubts, because sometimes that can be very hard when we're in a spiral. It can be very painful and hard. We can almost numb out completely and not want to do the inner work. And I get that. The thing that I always tell people, because sometimes they might initially, like they might like, oh, I don't think I can say those affirmations. I don't think I can get myself to believe that. And that's all okay. We can approach it from a more gentle place for sure. But one thing I always let people know is you are hearing and interpreting what I say to you in the version of you that's current right now. The version of you that's current right now is not the same version that you're going to be 2 weeks from now, after you do the true, consistent, disciplined, focused inner work. And especially with, me basically dismantling your old story and saying, okay, this is all you need to say and do to shift your thinking around yourself with this person, yourself with money, yourself with business, yourself in this relationship, whatever the case is. And then, it's like a light bulb goes off and they go, oh, you mean I'm really literally going to be that different? Yes, you are. You're going to be that different when you do the work consistently and when you do the work intentionally and with an open, complete mind, trusting and knowing that, everything that I teach on my channel, that your desire literally is already existing. Your desire already exists in your future, which is why you feel pulled towards whatever it is, whether it's a career, whether it's something that you're inventing, whether it's a music project, whether it's you becoming famous, whether it's you marrying a particular person, the love of your life, your other half, whether it's to date this person, to become a business owner. I manifested a successful retail business intentionally back in 2005, 2006. I decided that I was going to pretty much surrender my life. So I let go of all of my personal security, my stability, the marriage I was in, the job that I had. I literally gave it all up to surrender myself to this process. Why? so I could someday do this. So I could literally learn from actually doing. And then I created, and I don't say these things to brag, by the way, because it does not matter to me. This was all just experimental and it worked. I should not have been successful at the retail business that I opened. I had no money. I had zero experience. I had no degree. I literally, I'm watching all businesses around me fail because it ended up pretty much in the recession back in, so I opened it in 2007, and then it was like this major recession, worst time to open a business. And somehow I kept growing. Somehow I kept evolving. Somehow I didn't let any circumstance stop me. I kept trusting. I kept knowing God literally had my back with everything at every turn, always gave me all the resources I needed, whether it was money, support, no matter what it was. Okay. Because I trusted, I handed myself over. I completely surrendered. I allowed myself to go into that flow, and it works. And then, I decided that the greater purpose, the goals that I was setting was one thing. The goals of money was one thing. The goals of being able to buy my own home. And I ended up buying and selling a couple homes through the process. But the goals were one thing. They were, okay, the purpose, what really was what was driving me, that pulled me out of the dark times, because there were plenty of dark times, very dark times, very scary times. The purpose, the higher purpose, was so I could do this, so I could prove that this is all true. That meant so much to me that I was willing to literally give up my life for it. That's how much it meant to me. I sacrificed my life. I handed myself over. I said to God, okay, I trust you. Deal. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm trusting you all the way. And there were plenty of dark times. There were plenty of bad circumstances that were super scary. I never let it sway me. I mean, I had moments that it was very hard. I had moments that I was on my knees. Like, are you kidding me? But I always got pulled through, and everything always worked out in my favor. Always, 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 because I persisted, I trusted, and my laser focus and my belief was so clear on my end, that and my trust in God pulled me through the dark times. It pulled me through. Okay. So anyway, welcome you guys. I see you guys are kind of on here now. So Dulce Maria said, hello. Where are you from, Dulce? Am I pronouncing your name right, by the way? Alicia Allen says hello. Hey, Alicia, where are you from? Oh my goodness, Dulce, you're from Italy. That's my favorite place in the world. I love Italy. Where in Italy are you from? Because I'm like craving a trip to Italy in my, I don't know when in my future, but I'm craving it. I always do. Fly Lily, hello. You're from Akron, Ohio. Hello. Alicia, you're from Atlanta. Awesome. Welcome. Noor Kiswani, hello from Palestine. Oh, hello, with a heart. Thank you for the heart. Heart back to you. The General Rock, hello, fellow Kim. Hello. Male Kim here. And greetings from Finland. Greetings. Good to have you. The General Rock with a smile. Estrella Deluz, hello from Italy. Ooh, Italy is in the house. Is this a sign? Is this perhaps birds of land that I am going to be in Italy very soon? I don't know. I'm actually, it's funny because I say that and I'm like, I actually don't want to go too soon from now. Probably, maybe, who knows, maybe a year from now or something. Right now, I'm just kind of enjoying things. So Silky, hi from Australia. Hello, Silky in Australia. The Wasso, I love your new SP meditation video. Oh, I do too. That is hot. That is hotter than hot. If anybody on here who hasn't seen or heard that video yet, it's a must listen. It is a damn, it is really, really, really good. So I highly recommend it. These things just so that was kind of a retake of a previous one that I really loved, but the old one was like, I'm my baby's baby. And this one was, I'm my lover's lover, because some people had requested that I change it from, a couple of people asked that I replace and say lover. So I did. Luna, hey baby, how are you? Big heart to you, sweetheart. Goddess you. I hope you're well. I I saw your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful email. I think I replied. You and your person had a lovely time, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy for you. Lisa C, good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Estrella's from Venice. Yes. Nice. Nice. Charlotte. Hi, I live in Sri Lanka, but I'm from London. Hello. Hello. Hello in Sri Lanka. Grace Maury. Hi, Kim. Hi. Your new SP video is so beautiful. The meditation, I love it. I have been feeling so amazing lately, focusing on my end and living in the end with my SP while listening to your meditation. Beautiful. And your next comment I will ignore because that doesn't matter, right? That's pretty much doesn't matter. And you know what I'm talking about when I say that. Everybody's looking at the comments like, now what was it? So circumstances don't matter. Circumstances are always malleable because your thoughts and your beliefs are malleable. So if your thoughts and beliefs are, then your circumstances have to be, because your inner imagination is what creates your outer experiences. Remember, guys, manifesting isn't a magic trick. It's not like us, like manifesting isn't like this, like, oh, I'm praying out to some power outside of me. I'm invoking some weird kind of these, like, I don't mean to offend anybody, by the way, when I say this, so sorry, but like, I'm not like a new age person, like at all. Like, I'm not into anything that's outside of me. I'm not really into many placebos. I know that God is literally always within me. I know that God created me with this amazing imagination, and God sprinkled my little core and my heart with all of God's wishes for me. I trust in that. I've seen it at work in my life for a very long time now. So consciously since 2005, 2006, I've learned that when I just persist and trust that no matter what happens in my reality, no matter how much it really sucks, and trust me, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of loss. I've been through a lot of pain. I've been through a lot of ups and downs. I've manifested a ton of money. I've lost a ton of money. Then I manifest all the money back. I've gone through a lot of ups and downs, and all of it just reflects what I believed about whatever the situation was. That's all. That's all it is. So I just continue to persist. And when it comes to like ignoring your 3D circumstances, I do think that that's a little bit of a misunderstanding for a lot of people. Ignoring doesn't mean that you are putting your head in the sand. It doesn't mean that, like, there's no reason to be afraid to look at the circumstance, because when you are so empowered, when you are so empowered in knowing the truth of how life actually works and how God actually works and how you were created to be this perfect, magnificent, all-loving, pure love being that literally can create anything that you want in your life. When you know the truth about that, you can look at the circumstance. You don't have to, like, ignoring just means, from my perspective, I have been through hell, guys. I've looked at circumstances that have been so harsh, right? And when I say I ignore them, it doesn't mean that I'm pretending that it doesn't exist. In some ways that works for some people, great. If it works for you, please keep doing it. By all means, always do whatever works. That didn't work for me. What works for me is that I look at it and I say, despite this, I'm still getting everything that I want. This has to be what now is happening right now, no matter how painful this is for me. This fire is forming me. It's purifying me. It's purifying my soul. It's getting me deeper into my true highest self. It's making me a more lovable, more powerful human being. This circumstance, as much as I really hate it, it is powerful because this is a bridge to something that I want so much, to something that I deserve, something that I know I deserve. I have so many stories that I'll probably be telling them a few months down the line from now. I have a lot of things that I've wanted to share with you guys, but one of the reasons is I have not figured out a way that I can share it with you guys without triggering you guys and making you afraid, because I see that some of you guys who are brand new or who haven't quite understood your true power yet. So you haven't fully shifted yet. And I'm afraid if I share certain things that even though I can affirm that it's understood and that it helps you guys, I'm still in a little bit of a limiting belief of that I could trigger some of you guys and scare you, because some of you guys are in a very delicate or tender place, and I have compassion for that. So I try to be very thoughtful in how I share information. I try to be tough. I try to be, very true with you guys, but there are certain things that I don't share because I just don't want to scare you. I don't want to, but the truth is you guys are just like so powerful, and you just don't know it yet. And I'm grateful that I'm able to be part of your journey. And in case you missed the very beginning of this, one of the things that I do want to say with this, I want to repeat it a few times during this live today, is you might think right now that things are a certain way, but when you have actually shifted internally, your entire perspective and how you see yourself, how you see life, how you see people in your life, how you see relationships, everything will literally change, and your entire being will change, and your behavior will change, and how you respond will change. You'll stop being so reactive, and you'll start being more responsive. You'll stop seeing things as being so big and start to see things the way God sees them. You see something as being, oh my God, this is so big. And God sees that as being like tinier than the little speck of dust, right? You have to know that God is handling everything for you. So when something is really, really, really feeling very overwhelming, you need to take that off of the pedestal and diminish the importance of it. See it how God sees it. This is how I got through so many things when I was first learning how to manifest, that I would step back and realize, wait a minute, I don't have to figure this out. That's what's so amazing. Here, like, you literally are doing this for me. This is what you want for me. So I hand it over to you, and I trust you completely, and I love you so much. And I'm so incredibly grateful and honored that and privileged that I can have this experience in this realm. Okay. So always remember that when something is really getting to you, you can literally say, hold on. I don't have to figure this out. Like, all I have to do is get excited about this and trust that it's true, get through my own little limiting beliefs, get through my fears, worries, and doubts, and just get back into the end of, yeah, this is already done, and God is handling it all for me. And I know a lot of people in the law of assumption community that it's like I know that there's a lot of stuff around different belief system around what God actually is. It's not my place to tell you guys. I basically just teach from my perspective. So I'm not going to be telling you guys how to think about God. I'm only going to tell you guys from my perspective what's worked for me. And it's worked for me because if I'm in a very low, and if I'm super, super, super scared and spiral down in those moments, it might be hard for me to empower myself. Right? It's going to be really lonely for me if I feel like I'm in the dark all alone and God isn't there for me. So if you are able to manifest powerfully and you have a different way of thinking about it, then you keep doing whatever works for you, whatever. It's not my place to say what's right, what's wrong. It's, I'm just teaching from my perspective. So I missed out. Oh, I got a lot here. Okay. Grace wrote, yeah, when I said I'm not going to say your circumstances, Grace wrote, you're right, Kim. Thank you. Refocusing my awareness on my inner imagination. Yes. And for all of you guys, and during this session as well, be really aware of what you're writing down, okay? Because when you write things down, you are affirming. And I know that it's like, well, there's like this paradoxical thing because I have to get to my circumstances. I have to say, if I want to change something and I'm looking for an answer, I may have to tell somebody here, well, here's the current circumstance. Yes, I get that. And like, if you're coaching with me, for example, then you would have like the first session, that's when you get it all out, right? That's when you get it all out. And when we have to, if it comes up again, I'm just going to remind you that doesn't matter, right? So sometimes, yeah, you might be asking a question and through wanting an answer, you might reiterate the old story, but the reason I'm saying this comment is a lot of people are commenting under video, YouTuber, and you're constantly just talking about the old story. I've had people on my own channel that for months, I've heard and read the same old story over and over and over and over again. That is a like, turn the page, chapter. You've read that chapter, turn the page, write the new story. Okay. Just like, stop. That's what I'm referring to when I say, like, be careful what you're affirming for when you are commenting. Okay. And don't go from video to video to video to video commenting, because I'm telling you guys, and this is with complete love, you are powerfully affirming for exactly what you're writing down. Just that is I hope that's an eye opener for some of you guys. And for some of you guys who already know that you keep doing it, well, congratulations. You're manifesting your own blocks. You're manifesting your own loop of not having what you want. If that's what you want, continue doing it. And I say this with complete love, sending you a big hug. Okay. Luna, I am fine. Thank you. It's exciting and challenging both. That's okay. Look forward to listen to this live later. Unfortunately, I have to leave now. Love you. I love you too. Whatever you're doing, I hope it's fabulous. Okay. John M., how do you trust better and buy the pearl when things seem to be immovable? I always, that's why for me, it always works. I trust God completely. I trust in my end. I trust in my desires. I trust that it already exists. I completely surrender everything. And I disengage from my logical mind and I go into pure trust. I go into my heart center and I trust what's in my heart. I trust what's in my core. I have faith. That is how you buy the pearl. You trust, despite the circumstances, despite what you're seeing, despite what your five senses are telling you. Your five senses and your programming is just your conditioning. That's all it is. It's your programming. They are programs that have been running within you since childhood. You have a choice to continue running the same programs, or you can choose to uninstall and reinstall the new and better version of you. Update your system, update your operating system. Imagine that, like, you know, when you're your computer and your computer is running really slow and it's like, what the? Like everything is like streaming is taking long. This application is taking long. This is going wrong, whatever, right? Imagine that and sometimes you look down and all of these windows are open. It's sucking all of your energy, all of your computer's energy. And then you say, oh, okay, let me shut down these programs. And what happens? All of a sudden your system, and then you update. And then all of a sudden your system is like a brand new computer. It's like your computer on steroids. That is what will happen to you, John, when you uninstall the lies, uninstall the programs, uninstall the old story. The old story doesn't effing matter. It doesn't matter. Mom, I know that you're watching this. You know I love you. I did not mean to curse just now, but I said effing. I totally respect my mother, guys. And so when she tells me not to swear on my lives, because I know she enjoys watching these, I totally completely respect her. And I respect you guys too. Sometimes though, I have to tell you, I can be a potty mouth, but that's okay. Whatever. It's all good. So let's get back to this. So John, I hope that helps. You really got to be a beast, honey bunny. And I call you honey bunny, but you know what? You have to be strong. You have to not take your direction or your validation or let your 3D circumstances define who you truly are. You are much more powerful than this, okay? You're much more powerful than your 3D circumstances. Whew, I was almost like I was starting to get charged up there. So Estrella, Kim, thank you so much for your videos and support. You're welcome. It really resonates with me. Good. I realized that I manifested everything in my life. Yes. Yes, you have. We all have. That's awesome to make that realization. Fred J. Perez. Hi, Kim. You are so inspiring. Oh, thank you, Fred. I love your videos. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for your support. My SP still not showing up like I want. He's still not ready to come back with me and move back into our apartment. I want to change this. Then, like what you just wrote is part of your old story. Don't write that anymore. Don't comment on any more videos with this. Stay 100% in your end of you guys being together. I think that we emailed back and forth. If you are the person, I think, schedule the session, just schedule a session with me and I'll give you customized affirmations. And then maybe it'll be just enough to push you over the edge. Okay. I don't know how far we got with the email back and forth, but I'm pretty sure that was, I'm so sorry if I'm confusing you with someone else too, by the way, but your name is sounding and feeling very familiar right now. Okay. So if you want to get out and shift out of your old way of thinking and the old version of you, and if you need help, you can do this on your own. But if you do need help, just reach out. I got you. Okay. You guys, by the way, give the video a thumbs up because it helps my channel grow. If you like my content, give the video a thumbs up. Okay. I love you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Estrella, I always dreamed to live in a relationship with a real divine love. Yes, you deserve that, honey. You deserve that. And after manifesting him, the person, I asked myself, is he or is he not my real love? And if he replayed to me the same love I feel for him. If you believe and if you feel that it is your other half, it's not just infatuation. And don't jump on me, guys. If you are just like looking to date, that's totally fine. But guys, I love, my heart is in it with the like whole deep soul connection, deep love. That to me, like it's your other half. That to me is the most meaningful. That is what I like to focus my my coaching on too, because, and the feeling to experience having people get in, having their SPs come back to them and stuff is just beyond words. It's just beyond words. I have no words for how amazing it is. But anyway, so Estrella, you kind of have to, it's up to you. You decide that. You're the creator in your life. So you have to make that decision. I can't make it for you. Not realizing that I manifested myself and this means that I'm not separated from him. Yeah, that's right. I don't have to ask if he loves me anymore because he loves me like I love him. Yes, 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 yes. That's absolutely right. When you completely love, this is to everybody, not just to Estrella. When you completely, like you've gotten your self-concept in order, you love yourself, you value yourself, you respect yourself, you appreciate yourself, you know who you are, you know what you deserve. You have completely accepted yourself. You don't require the validation from anyone outside of you. You don't love somebody for what they can do for you. That's not love, okay? You love the person because this is your other half. You have fully forgiven yourself for anything. You've fully forgiven other people in your life who have caused you harm, who have literally just caused the wounds that have created the illusion of separation in your reality, because the wounds, the fears, all of that stuff of your ego, all of the stuff from your past, it's not happening anymore. And if you have fallen in love with somebody and all of your fears and all of your wounds came really clear to you, congratulations. That is an amazing thing, because that means this person is for you. And this person basically came into your life. And I'm saying if this is in conjunction with having like a deep, deep spiritual love, you have a deep spiritual love, there's a spark, there's something deeper than you've ever experienced with anyone else in your life before. You guys read each other's minds. Like you guys, you can feel it in each other's cores. You are kind of part of each other. Like no matter what, no matter how much time goes by, like it doesn't matter. This person, you can feel it. This person is part of you. They're part of you, you're part of them. And during your connection, you guys fell for each other. You adored each other. Like sparks flew. Like you couldn't, it's like you guys are finishing each other's sentences. You guys could practically read each other's minds, right? And then all, what hit the fan, because suddenly all of your deepest, darkest fears came up and scared the what out of you. And you projected a lot of that stuff onto this person. This person was just showing you. This is part of the deeper part of the connection. This is one of the most incredible parts of the connection. You antagonized each other's deepest fears so you could see the deepest fears, let go of them, drop them, and allow yourself to have the love that you have been stopping yourself from having. Allow yourself to enjoy yourself. Enjoy who you are. Enjoy all of the beautiful feelings, the gifts that are within you. Enjoy your body. Enjoy the love. Enjoy all of the beautiful things that come along with being loved in a healthy, secure, happy, loving relationship. Enjoy being happy. Feel safe being happy. Like really have the time of your life with this person. Trust that you can have that and that they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to abandon you. They love you. You are everything they've ever wanted. You're safe. That must have been for somebody. Okay. Could have been for me. I don't know. So Maya Morella, hello from Romania. Hello. Hello, beautiful. Oh, hello. Thank you. You're beautiful too. Oh, you said hello, beautiful people. Everybody, Maya said, you're all beautiful people. So everyone say hello to Maya. Kim, I love you. Oh, I love you too. Thank you. Luna, this fire is forming. Hold on. Oops. Wow. Sorry, guys. This keeps jumping. This fire is forming me. This is so great. Yeah, it is. Dr. Money Magnet, live core union. Yay. Hey, Dr. Money Magnet. Estrella, I see all around me like me manifested myself in all. I live in the outside world. I don't blame anyone or anything anymore because I know it's all a mirror. Awesome. Good job. Perfect. You're awakening. You're awakened. Jose, bonjour. Bonjour, Jose from Montreal's Canada. I'm learning so much from you. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, Montreal is only one of my most favorite places. I stayed in a hotel. I think it was called Hotel. I want to say it was called like Hotel Negra. And it was in Old Port, which I crave. I crave walking down the streets of Old Port with my person constantly, like the cobblestone sidewalks, everything about it, the smell of the air, the sounds, the architecture of the buildings, the feeling of being, somewhere in Europe, but it's literally just a few hours from me. Like all day, all night, I crave visiting there again. I absolutely crave it. So, bonjour. Noor, I've been reading Joe Dispenza, and his take is that we should be in theta and our visualizations to work. It's a bit limiting for me. What do you think? Okay, it's an awesome question. Let me just take a sip because I have a good answer to this. With all respect to Dr. Joe Dispenza and to anyone else who feels that they need to get into theta state in order to manifest, I will say it like this. I learned how to manifest without all of these YouTube videos, without guided meditations, without all of these rules. There were rules, but the rules for me was that, I sensed that when I would do my inner work and when I felt myself like, I just get into that state for myself. So I always do SATs, and I've always done SATs. State akin to sleep does not mean, so this is along the lines with theta state. State akin to sleep does not mean that you have to be at bedtime on the way to sleep. I could literally, I'm not going to because I don't know what would happen, but I could go into state akin to sleep right now live with you guys. And I could get myself tapped in right in front of you, sitting right where I'm sitting. And I could powerfully, recreate whatever it is that I'm looking, something that I want to shift. So it is a bit limiting, but what I do agree with, which I learned it just kind of organically, was that I go into a meditative state and I kind of really feel into my heart center. And it's like the best way to describe it is like, I feel things from like here, like I get out of my head, even though, yes, I'm using my imagination and stuff, but I feel things from kind of in this place, and I drop deep into my heart center, and I literally feel as if I already have, and then I think from already having that. And then I know that while I'm doing it, I know that it's working. So there's a ton of intentions behind it. And then when I'm coming out of it, I know that that worked. I know that it's done. I know it already exists. When I say that worked, it means that I am conforming. Because when I conform, my outer world conforms. But I'm not controlling anything. Personally, I'm not controlling anything. God's got control of it all, right? So, John, so I hope that answered your question. If it feels limiting to you, for me, when I was kind of learning how to manifest, sometimes I would resist things because I wasn't ready for them. Sometimes I would resist things because it was just like, no, I'm not going to fall. I'm not going to like prescribe. I'm not going to subscribe to this thinking because that's very limiting for me. I am much more powerful than this. So the feeling of it being limiting to you most likely is that your higher self is saying like, yeah, no, you don't have to do this. But I do. From my perspective, what's always worked for me was that, yes, I do tap in and get into that kind of theta state, but it's not even a label of theta state. It's just like that. I take a few deep breaths. I usually take about 4 deep breaths. I take a deep breath in. I used to count to 4, hold for 4, exhale on 8. Exhale 8. Now it's kind of deeper. Now it's inhale of 8, hold for 8, exhale for 8. Don't do that though if you get lightheaded. It's not good. So be careful if you're just starting out how to meditate. And I just basically trained my mind through doing that to become the observer of my emotions and my thoughts, and to really understand that I am not my emotions. I am not my thoughts. Those are just experiences. Those are physical manifestations of my thoughts and my belief systems coming up in my body, so I can see them and make a decision of whether I want to continue feeling it or not. And if I don't, then I can make a conscious choice in an effort to release it and let it go and not allow my emotions to consume me anymore. This was very helpful for me because I'm somebody who can get dysregulated very easily because of trauma that I experienced growing up. And even, recent times, I almost knocked it over. Recent times in my life, when I experienced things that really were very kind of traumatic for me, and I can easily get dysregulated. This breathing exercises, disrupting the feelings in my body by moving. I have different physical movements that I do. I dance a lot. I throw on music. I dance. I move my body. I work out. I disrupt the energy in my system, and I go through a lot of deep breathing. That always helps me come out of a spiral. And then depending on whatever it is that I'm manifesting, I may, like, if it's too hard, if I experience something in my 3D that's a little taste of the old story still, I'm like, okay, it's all good. I'm not going to fall for this. I feel this a little bit, like I can feel this fear rising up in me a little bit. Okay, it's there. I'm not going to let it control me. It's like right there. It might be at the edge. Okay, I'm going to do all of these things, all these tools. I'm going to put all these tools out. I'm going to go into some breathing. I'm going to give myself a lot of self-love. I'm going to walk myself and talk myself off the ledge here. And when I can, I'm going to get back into persisting with my affirmations. But if I'm trying to do my affirmations right now, and if right now, it's just, nope, it's a little too much. What I do in those times is I'll just say, I know regardless of what I'm feeling right now, I'm still manifesting everything that I want because this is the truth. This is already done. It's what God wants for me. It's what God's creating for me. This is done. So I can say those kinds of affirmations no matter what. I can have tears pouring down my face and feel really frustrated and angry and upset and get like really, I'm stuck in my feelings. I'm in my wound. And I can still powerfully say with conviction and with belief and trust, I'm still manifesting everything I want. It doesn't effing matter. I'm still manifesting everything I want, whatever. It doesn't matter. I know that this is going to pass, and I know that I'm going to feel better. I keep feeling better and better. I keep feeling stronger and stronger. That's how I pull myself out of it. I keep pulling myself out a little at a time. And then when I can, I'll think about whatever it is. If I'm thinking about a relationship and I want harmony, then I'll think about the person. I'll see the person happy. I'll see myself happy. I'll see us together. And I'll think things like, this could be with my mom. This could be with who knows who, it's any kind of relationship. But, you think of it as, and you think harmony, happiness, ease, love. If it's a friend, friendship, bonding. Like I use single words when I think about the person. If I'm stuck too much into the deep, into my feelings, then if I can't say my affirmations, that's what I do. Pull myself out, disrupt my body, disrupt the emotion, remind myself who I am, remind myself who God is, remind myself of all of these things, that this is all very true. Remind myself of how I've literally manifested so much in my life already, that it's always the case, no matter what it is, that I always persist through my circumstances. I remind myself of all of these things, and then use kind of single word like trust, ease, fun, passion, love, harmony, like things like that. Okay, hopefully that helps. Gabriella, hi Kim, LOL, I'm in a classy chemistry class. We'll watch later. Okay, cool. Let's see. Ooh, I got a whole bunch more. This thing skips on me. I'm sorry. All right, we have, let's see. Fred, what I want to know is, can we change something in a certain time? Can we manifest or shift to that reality we want in a specific time? Okay, your question, and I only am saying this from experience, and I'm saying this with, a ton of love, but when we're really concerned about time, that is telling me that we're concerned that this might not happen. It's creating a sense of urgency and a sense of distrust. It's kind of being in that reality of not being sure if this can actually happen. And that makes us attach to it. That makes us really want it badly because it feels like we're going to lose it. So can we manifest in a certain amount of time? We can. Would I manifest things with my person with a time crunch? Absolutely not. Would I manifest things with money, related money and situations? I've had to before. And the way I've done it when it comes to time crunches and things like that, I take all of the urgency that it needs to happen out, because living from the end, it's already happening. There's no urgency. And then I literally do my inner work as if my life depends on it. I literally treat it as if negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative emotions, the old story is toxic to me. It will harm me if I think about it. It is that do or die. I literally put myself in that, like when I've been in serious time crunches when it comes to money, that's what I've done. I don't recommend that when it comes to specific person stuff, which is what you said you're manifesting your person back. Okay. I wouldn't do that. I would do it in a as if your life depends on it, but not with the time urgency. Do you ever manifest imaginative music? Always. Music is one of the biggest tools, catalysts for me. I manifested a successful business with no reason to be able to be successful. I manifested huge sums of money. I've manifested everything I've manifested using music. I'm not saying in the morning when I'm in bed. That's when I start my inner work. As soon as I become aware of thought, I start my inner work immediately in the morning. And then I'm not listening to music yet. But by the time I get in the shower and I've already primed my mind, I've set my mind that I am the version of me now that has whatever it is. I get in the shower, I put on music that, depending if it's a romantic thing, then obviously the music is going to tap into a sensual, passionate, whatever it is, right? If it's business and money, then the music is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be probably something like Drake or Beyonce or Kendrick Lamar. Like I'm trying to think of all these things that are in my playlist. All sorts of, it's usually hip hop for me when it comes to money related manifestations. Usually, my favorite music that really taps into me is house music. So that is my end all be all of like when it taps into my core, like at that level, like that's just, it's done. Like that's what I tend to. So that's what I tend to do. Music is a huge catalyst. Yes, it is. So and then you wrote, this is still Fred. Yes, I am the one that sent you an email. I will schedule soon. I will. Yeah, just schedule. Email me again so we can actually communicate so I can help you. I know that we can find a way that will work for both of us. I've had too many clients that, at first they thought that there was this barrier and we worked it out. We can figure it out. I'd be happy to help you. John, do you ever manifest imaginative music? Oh, did I already answer? Yes, that was John, actually, that I was answering. So the answer is a big yes, huge. Lisa C, I've tried to do, back to John with the music, I've actually posted and uploaded videos of how I used to use music to manifest. And then I took the videos down because I got embarrassed about it because of whatever. So I don't know, someday as I continue to grow, I will eventually be more specific about it, but it's a huge deal to me. Music to me is kind of like, it's so important to me and it is a catalyst for everything. Lisa, I had a bad dream of my person last night. Now I can't stop thinking about it. Okay. So see the dream as old thoughts that really, really, really want to leave. They want to leave you, and don't engage with them. Don't associate with them. Don't let them define you. Your dream is just a dream. It's just subconscious thoughts coming up. They don't matter. Do not give them your energy. Okay. Try this too, by the way. This is a tip for everybody. So Lisa, that was my response to you. Don't worry about your dream. Don't get caught up in your fear of fears. Don't worry, oh, now that I'm thinking this, now I'm manifesting this. Stop it. You are an awakened, strong, powerful manifester that is not worried about having bad thoughts because you are powerful enough to rise up above your bad thoughts and think the thoughts that will serve you. Think the thoughts how God sees you. See yourself how God sees you. Powerful, magnificent, worthy, more than good enough, adorable, like perfect. You are perfect in God's eyes. God literally never makes mistakes. Never. So however you were born, however you were created, you are 100% perfect, magnificent. Accept yourself because you are perfect already. You are worthy already. You're good enough already. Anything else is a lie. It's that simple. Anything else is bullshit. Sorry for swearing, but that had to come out. Sorry. Love you. Okay. Peter Rodriguez, just found your channel. Love what you have to say, and I love your hairstyle. Thank you. You're very pretty. Oh, thank you, Peter. What is a good affirmation for being wealthy when the 3D shows me $10 in my account? Been there. I have had many situations when my 3D was telling me the opposite of what I wanted. And you have to trust that you are worthy and more than good enough to have a life where you feel secure, where you have more than enough money to not only cover all of your expenses, but you have more than enough money to lend and not borrow. That your desire to have more money is your birthright. That you have a right to feel secure and safe. So tell yourself, a good affirmation would be things like, I am good enough to have the money that I deserve. I am more than worthy to live an abundant life. I literally can afford anything that I want. I love that more and more money keeps coming towards me. I love feeling secure. I love that I friggin' don't have to worry about money anymore. I love that I can pay everything. I love that I could literally buy anything that I want right now. Even though I don't want anything, I could if I wanted to. I can afford that. I can afford that. I can afford that. I can afford that. All throughout the day, everything that you think about, yep, I can afford that. Yep, I can buy that. I don't know what it was, but in my first few years of learning how to manifest money and wanting to manifest my successful business, at some point I got the figure of 10,000 a month in my head, but then I also got the figure of $250,000 in my head that I wanted. I don't know why, but I kept repeating over and over again that I would write it down. I would think it when somebody asked me, what's your annual income? If I was filling something out, I would write whatever, but I would say to myself, 250,000 a year. And then I believe, I could be wrong, I just did a video actually about this in 2015. I just put a video up a few days ago about a house that I had manifested, but then in 2000, so that was 2012, 2015, I end up actually purchasing my dream house. So this was after I moved out of the other house that I manifested that I just put the video up about. I basically was saying things to myself of, well, let me get this right with the 250,000. Yeah, I just constantly fed that to my subconscious. I brainwashed myself that I made that much money. And then when I want to say it was my 2014 tax return. I want to say, because I had to get this all in order for a mortgage. And this video is going to be coming out possibly later today, probably tomorrow, actually, because I have to edit it. And I have a session coming up soon. That was the first year that I believe my yearly income, after focusing on it being 250,000, I believe I ended up pulling in for that year. I want to say it was either 236,000 or 265,000, which was my income for that year. And then that ended up leveling out, that it averaged like over, I don't know how many years, 150,000 a year. And I don't say these things, by the way, to brag about money, because all my values actually since then have completely changed. At that time in my life, everything was all about like, although I have manifested a Range Rover Evoque, and now I have a video of how I manifested that. I manifested it at the time. I believed that leasing was better for me. So I manifested, it was an awesome video. It's on quantum shifting. So I'll have to link that in the description box if I remember. But I own the Range Rover Evoque now. It's mine. I love it. It's my dream car. So I absolutely love it. But all of these things are just like being super strict with yourself and super disciplined, and not allowing your 3D reality to dictate and tell you what you deserve. I feel like I went off course there with my thoughts, with where I was going with that, Peter. And I'm really sorry if it comes back to me. Let me just jog my memory for a sec. Maybe if I take a sip, I'll remember where I was going with that. Oh, values. So at that time in my life, this was pre-pandemic and all of that stuff. And yeah, pandemic, that global thing, that really messed me up a lot. Like I fell for a lot of things in my 3D reality, but it was good because it refined me, and I ended up having everything that I wanted. So it was a good thing. I persisted through the circumstances and stuff. But I used to, like, I manifested at that time in my life, again, totally different, but I wanted the home. I wanted, I had a Mercedes, my spouse, I got her a Mercedes, and like everything at that time it was very different than how I feel about things now. I like quality. I like having quality in my life, but my values have changed a lot. And like now I live in this amazing, like I sold the home, and now I have this amazing, like I have this apartment where I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about maintenance. Everything is just so easy. It's like my neighbors are amazing. The apartment is like everything I've ever wanted. I'm happier here than I ever was in any of the homes that I purchased. Like as you change and as you evolve, sometimes your values and what you want might change too. Like I used to want to live a life where I was like a rock star and everybody knew me and I was so popular, and like that every night of my life, this was again pre-pandemic. Like I wanted to live this lifestyle that every night of my life, I was out to eat at the nicest restaurants, and like, morning, noon, and night, my meals were cooked for me. And I would, go out at night and sit outside and have dinner, and everybody would come up to the table and say hi. And, it was like this whole, like what I thought at that time mattered. And it so doesn't matter to me anymore. I love, like I cook every one of my meals now. I love cooking my own meals. I don't even care to go out at restaurants anymore. Like things like nature is more important to me now. My relationships are more important to me now. They were important then, but I also, I focus always on, Peter, I'm actually still with you with this because, I know that you're in a situation where you have to manifest money, but if you just focus on love and focus on having more than enough and that you're worthy, focus on feeling secure, focus on money ties down to security. So focus on safety, like, okay, like I'm safe, I'm secure, I have everything that I need. I am always taken care of. God is always coming through for me. God is always handling everything for me. I don't know how, but somehow, some way, this is all working out in my favor. I feel and I know that I'm more than worthy and more than good enough to have all of the money that I want and need. Sometimes it's hard. Like a lot of times I notice for some reason, people believe like with manifesting, like, oh, if you don't, like I had this guy comment on one of my videos. I had to block him the other day because he said this really ridiculous comment. I told the story of how I manifested the house a couple years ago when I was, this was 2015. So this was before I was making all the money, but I was manifesting wanting a single family home in this place. And I manifested the place, but I was renting the place and I was renting it from one of my wealthy customers because he was awesome and he loved me. And there was no weird, like he wasn't flirting with me. He wasn't like, so I manifest this and I ended up getting this house with my spouse at the time, with my 2 dogs. And this guy who just really had a lot of respect for me and wanted to help me and was part of the orchestration that God, basically the cooperative components that God put in place to get me in the house that I was manifesting. This guy moved out with his wife and he let me rent his home for a few years. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because this is on to this thing I wanted to get to with the mistake that some people think, I think some people make when it comes to manifesting. They believe this guy commented on that video and he says, oh, so you were a side chick? And then this other guy comments and he says something like, and I know I manifested this, by the way, I'm not worried about it. And I didn't F with it. I didn't go back and forth with them. I said my say and then I blocked them. That's how I handle trolls. That's how I handle haters. That's how I handle people who are derogatory on my channel. Bye. That's it. You disrespected me. You have no, I'm taking away your privilege to even look at my video. How's that? So anyway, I'm so in my ego right now. Let me come out of the space that triggered me a little bit. But anyway, so I said to him, he said, this other guy says, that's not even manifesting. That's like, he basically said me manifesting, renting a single family home with the situation I was in wasn't really manifesting because he's under the impression that to manifest, that means that you have to ask for millions of dollars. If you don't somehow get a sack of money to open up in a portal in your ceiling in your living room by sitting on your sofa and just like meditating all day, that's not really manifestation. And the biggest mistake that people make is they think manifestation is some magic trick like that. It's not. Manifesting is learning. It's becoming who you are. It's evolving into who you truly are. And it's trusting in God. Manifesting is simply experiencing you. Manifesting is experiencing who you truly are, consciously and subconsciously, through the personification of other people in your reality. That's what manifesting is. So now I'm going to bring it back to you, Peter. Sometimes when I was hitting a lot of fear, pain, worry, and doubt, and a lot of financial situations in my life, if I was like, say, for example, that I wanted to manifest the lottery, if I wanted to manifest like $1 million or whatever, if I saw over and over and over again that I am asking for right now, I'm perceiving this to be too much of a stretch, I would scale it back. And when I scaled it back, I found that that worked because what it would do is it would release the resistance and it would open up myself to get out of resistance because I believed in something, okay, I can subscribe to this. So for whatever reason, I was able to subscribe to like for that year when I brought in the 265,000 or whatever from my personal income. At that time in my life, in my life, I was able to believe that. But if at that time I was like, I'm going to bring in $500,000 in personal income, I probably would have hit some resistance. And that resistance itself could have brought up a lot of fear, worry, and doubt. And then the fear, worry, and doubt could have just become a perpetual cycle of resistance, which would have possibly put me on a loop of not having. And that just delays my manifestation. If it doesn't, the worst case scenario is we just lose complete faith and trust in ourselves, or we lose faith in God. Okay, so I hope that helps you. So manifest, if you want to manifest for having a certain amount of money, go ahead and do so. If you want to shoot for the stars, it's okay if you land on the moon. This was another house that I manifested. And again, when I talk about money manifestations, when I talk about any of these manifestations, I don't say things to brag about anything at all. I'm only saying this because I want to empower you guys to know that you are all worthy and more than enough to live the life that you want to live. Okay. So that's the only reason I tell these stories. So this was now years later now. I don't know exactly what year this was. This was past, I don't know what year it was. Could have been 2019, 2020. I have no idea, but I wanted to buy $1 million home. And I ended up manifesting an $800,000 home. Was I like bummed about that? Nope. I was super happy about it. Like, was grateful, was happy, was fine. Like, I had this attitude, like, if I shoot for the stars, I land on the moon and I'm happy. So sometimes what I would do is I would stretch what I thought that I could do. I stretch it just a little bit, but not so much that it put me in resistance. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So if you want to start with manifesting $500 for now, know that you can manifest $1 million, but to get there, you might have to start with $500. You might have to start with $1,000. You might have to start with $50. You might just have to start, a little smaller. By the way, I'm very action oriented when it comes to manifesting. Okay. If I have inspired action, because I am a very purposeful, I'm a very driven person. I love to, I don't know. I'm not somebody who just sits back. I'm not very, in a relationship, in a love relationship, I'm more submissive and more passive. But when it comes to things that are money related and work related and this and that, I'm a go-getter, and I love being a go-getter. I love that feeling. So when it comes to manifesting money, tap into your power, tap into your worth, know that you're worthy, know that you're powerful. And if you have inspired action, do it, act on it. And the big key is that if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. I went through a lot of failures with my business when I was deliberately manifesting. I had a lot of circumstances come up that kept telling me no, basically no. I just never gave up. I always persisted through. So that's what you need to do too. So just trust in yourself, trust in your ability, know that this is all real, trust in the process, trust in God, and focus. Just focus on feeling that relief, having all sorts of money. Money loves you. Money comes in more than it goes out, things like that. Okay. So there's so much around it. If you end up wanting to have a session, just book it. I can help you with it. Okay. I hope that helped, Peter. And thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you. Mwah. So Jose wrote, and by the way, you are beautiful. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Jose. I have all these divine masculines. Thank you for appreciating me. Thank you. So by the way, you are beautiful. You definitely inspire. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's my whole purpose. That's why I'm here. Hocus pocus, focus. Hey, just caught you live, Kim, and everyone. Happy Friday. Everyone, Hocus Pocus says hi. Happy Friday, everyone. Aya wrote, hello from Greece. Hello, Aya. Hocus Pocus Focus. Much love from Greece. I love Greece. I want to visit. Where do I want to go? It's funny because when I was younger, like really, really young, for some reason, when I would see like Athens and things like that, I would, my heart would race. Like, it's like, oh, I have to go there someday. I've never visited. I don't remember where I wanted to visit though. Anyway, glad that you're on here. Okay, guys, I'm going to be having to stop this because I need to have a little snack. I have a session coming up at 1. And I'm just going to see if I have any more questions that I can answer quickly. And then I'm going to be leaving for the day. And I have a lot here. So I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not able to get to you. There's quite a lot going on here. So let me just scan through these a little bit. I'm going to say hi to some people. I'm sorry if I missed your question. Hi, Silky. John wrote the Greg Braden method with a question mark. I have no idea who Greg Braden even is. I don't subscribe to people's methods. I trust in my ability to create, and I trust in God. That's how I learned how to manifest. So everything else is a placebo. If it resonates with you, then do it. I don't know, but I don't know who Greg Braden is. Marta, hello, Marta from Italy. Mashad, hi. Preet, hey. Hey, Preet. Mashad. Okay, Preet. Sorry, guys. I see a lot of questions, but I got to go soon. So I just want to say hi to everybody. Magic, hello. Noor, Malin, Sarah. Hey. Okay. Just going to see if I can get to somebody's question. Ashley says, hi. Richa. Hocus Pocus Focus. Okay, let me go up. I saw a question about somebody's SP up here. A few of you guys like, please answer my question. So Silky, you are manifesting that I'm picking your question. So Silky asked, I've manifested my SP back and he's thinking marriage and babies. Ooh, I love it. However, I still get the old version of him and I don't feel safe and secure. How do I stop reacting and doubting the law? Okay, number one, why would you why would you doubt anything when you manifested him back wanting marriage and babies? The only reason that you're getting a little bit of a mix of the old and new version is because you just answered it when you said, I don't feel safe and secure. You have to do the inner work of trusting love and feeling safe and secure. Love is safe. Whatever happened with you guys previously that you projected onto your person, he only showed it to you so you could see it, so you could let it go, so you could heal it. To heal it, there's a number of different things, and you don't have to go on a long healing journey. But I know there are a lot of YouTube coaches who say you don't have to heal, you can just think this and that, you can manifest. And yeah, it's true. But if you keep having an old story come up and keep having your wounds come up and keep experiencing loss over and over again, clearly something has to be released and let go of. So something you need to actually do a little bit of healing around it. So healing is all about knowing and trusting that whatever it is that you experience in your 3D was just so you could see it, so you could release it and let it go. It's most likely some sort of a wound from childhood. Usually it's from our parents, one or both. There are varying degrees of abuse that we've experienced or neglect, but all of it comes down to usually a form of one or all of the following. Not feeling enough, not feeling worthy, being abandoned, and feeling rejected. Okay, so sometimes that creates something within us that we're unable to fully love ourselves, we're unable to fully accept ourselves, and we've lost faith in people, and we've lost faith and trust in allowing someone else to love us, understandably and valid because you did experience something bad, but not valid in the sense that this is true, because you actually are worthy, you actually do deserve, and people actually can love you. And people, the right person who showed up in your life wanting to love you, where everything blew up for you, your other half is ready and waiting and willing to literally love you better than anyone else you could ever imagine, because this person is your other half. This person and you share the same soul. So once you fully love yourself, fully forgive yourself, fully forgive what's happened to you in the past, that doesn't mean that you have to like it, but to forgive it, that doesn't mean what you guys think either, okay? If somebody did something really horrible to you, You don't have to, like, the degree of acceptance of what happened and the forgiving, you don't have to go to, as long as you can get to a point where you don't subscribe to the belief that was instilled in you that somehow because this, and I almost just swore just then because, you know, people really experience harsh things because of what this effing stupid whatever did to you when you were younger. That thing that happened to you is not going to happen to you anymore. It's done. You are worthy. You are more than enough. I don't know why it happened. I don't believe that we created as children. I'm not going to ever believe that we signed up for these horrible things that happened to us. I don't know why, and I don't have the answers to why we have experienced things we have as childhood. Why did we experience abuse? I have no idea. And I'm sorry if I'm triggering anybody. I'm saying this all with love. It's time that you let go of it though, and you let yourself be loved the way you deserve to be loved, because you are beautiful, you're worthy, you're more than enough. You're perfect exactly how you are. And when somebody has come into your life and they want to love you and they love you unconditionally, please allow yourself to be loved, because this person is your other half. And the relationship that you're going to have with this person is literally, you called it into your life. You called it into your life. Why? Because you were ready for it. Why did it come up the way it did? Because you were ready to let go and release so you could be loved, so you can experience joy, so you can experience everything that you've ever deserved. You can experience your grand manifestation. That felt very, very, very purposeful and meaningful. So Silky, I'm glad you answered that question, because that pulled something out of me that was for you, for myself, for other people who are watching. I hope that helped you a little bit. So stop doubting the law because you've already manifested, and stop projecting the old version of your SP. Let that version go. Let that part go, and know that it's only coming up so you can see that love is actually safe. You have to stop believing the lie that you're going to be hurt, that you're going to be abandoned, that you're going to be rejected, that you're going to be anything other than loved. Okay. I love you guys so much. I got to go. I hope I answered some of your questions. Keep being love. Again, give the video a thumbs up because it helps. I love you so much. I will talk to you guys soon. I'll come on again very soon. Okay.